It's Toby's Talk Show, and we are back with another basketball recap. And today's recap will be the Knicks versus the Pistons. So, like you guys know, I usually recap Knick games. There was nothing really special. I watched some of the Bucks Clippers, but I didn't think enough. I didn't think I watched enough to get a full analysis on the game. So today I will just be giving you this Knicks Pistons game. It wasn't the most exciting game by any means, but when the Knicks win, everyone's interested. So it's pretty dope that the Knicks, I just got a notification on my phone looking at the stats, the Knicks have their best start since 2012-2013. So for Knicks fans, this is absolutely amazing. The Knicks won 109-90. Overall, just blowout. The Knicks shot 50% from three. They just had the range today. Really, if I want to describe the game in the first half, the Knicks clamped the Pistons and didn't score that well, so they were only up by 10ish. But in the second half, they kind of found their offense, found that groove, and still was able to clamp down. And that's what led to a 20-point blowout. Julius Randle, another phenomenal game. 25, 8, 6, and I believe 2 steals, maybe one more, or just around 2 steals. So another phenomenal game. And Julius Randle, what's really special about him is not even that he's improved in every aspect of his offensive game. His defense has gotten a lot better as well. So he's becoming a real player, and it's really nice to see. RJ Barrett with another stellar game. RJ Barrett, it's tough because RJ Barrett will always be able to get to the rim, right? He's strong. He's a strong guard, and so it's very easy for him to get to the rim. The only issue with him is that if his shot's not falling, his shot's not going to fall. He's a very streaky shooter, so if he misses a few shots, it's hard for him to bounce back in the game. Today was a game where he started 0 for 2, and he looked great. After that point of being 0-2, he looked phenomenal. And it's good to see because as long as, it's all about consistency for Rowan. And, if he can have points in games where it's not even like, oh, he's inconsistent this game, he's inconsistent, and then he's consistent the next, that's good to see, obviously. But if there's points, and, obviously he keeps growing, he's 20 years old at this point, so he's very young. But if he can, have inconsistent, if it could change into him only having, inconsistent sections of a game, that's where you want him to go, in these next few years. And today was a perfect example of how he can do that, and it was really good to see. Also passing the ball very well. His vision and his passing skills are getting better and better every game. Good to see. Let's see. Frank Ntilikina was he got the minutes, but he didn't make much noise offensively today. Had some silly fouls quickly. Was really cold in the first half. Really only got points by a kind of a flop. The three where you lean into a defender and the ref gives it to you because the refereeing's been terrible this year. But in the second half, he got on fire quick. But then the coach took him out, and that was really the only thing I kind of was confused about with this whole game was that in the fourth quarter, basically for 9 out of the 12 minutes, our starters were in when we were up by 20 to 25 points. So I understand you want to close the game out, but is it, Julius Randle really could have played 30 minutes instead of 37 minutes tonight. I guess he needed to because our center depth was lacking, but, RJ did not need to play 35 minutes, etc. He could have given Kevin Knox, Austin Rivers time. On the Pistons side, Isaiah Stewart was a center that the Knicks were looking at heavily before the draft, and I like to scout out and to see especially who the Knicks are interested in, how they play, etc. And Isaiah Stewart was someone who came in and a lot of the Knicks pages weren't a big fan of him just because a lot of even college analysts and college scouts thought that he was kind of a center for the 80s, 90s. He didn't really have a shot. Good defender, can get the boards, but no shot, and that's kind of hard to be a center nowadays. If you don't have a shot, you got to be really good at something else. If you don't have an offensive game like that, And Isaiah Stewart, even though he didn't play offensively great today, he was really nice defensively. He got a shout out from Walt Clyde Frazier, who said that he looked like Ben Wallace out there. He made some really nice blocks, and I've seen in previous games, he didn't show it today, but he does have somewhat of a shot, and if he could keep growing that, the Pistons can have a really nice center there. So that was good to see. Sadiq Bey had a few nice threes, but overall kind of a cold game. And yeah, there really no great games from the Pistons. Jeremy Grant is really good. He just has a really nice shot. Just nice to see. Mason Plumlee wasn't much of an X factor today. And Dennis Smith had some nice plays, but overall not a fantastic game. Really, Jeremy Grant was their only great player today. The Pistons are down bad right now, so it makes sense. Tank for Cade, fade for Cade, as they say down there I guess up there because I'm in New York, up there in Michigan. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was today's video. I mean, the Pistons, like I said, I think they've only won 8 games so far, so they're going to be a lottery team, but that was kind of expected this year. And the Knicks, they're the 4th seed, and they're the 4th seed right now, and 3.5 games behind Milwaukee. I don't expect the Knicks to be a top 3 seed by the end of the year. But if they can, stick around that 4 to 6 seed, maybe even get home court advantage in the first round, that would be really, really nice. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come with the Knickerbockers. So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.